Look at that. Baba ganoush, fattoush salad, and kofta. Come with me and let's cook this delicious meal. Hey everybody, so I've partnered with Jordan's Meat in downtown Lamar's again. And today we are going to bring you kofta. I'm using some of his ground beef and the ground lamb from his shop. And if you watch until the end of this video, he has a little special for all of y'all. So first thing I need to do is grate this onion. And then we're going to strain it and add it to our meat mixture, which is 2 pounds of ground beef and 2 pounds of ground lamb. Now, I have doubled the recipe because I want to make sure I have enough to send some work lunch off with Tom this week, because it's going to be great with what we're serving it with tonight, but it will also be excellent with pita bread for work lunches. So it's a good meal prep as well. So once you grate your onion, you're going to put it in some cheesecloth, give it a good squeeze, because you do not want all that excess water in your kofta because it will make it fall apart. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not sure if it's pronounced kofta or kefta. The first time I had this dish though, I was in my early 20s. I was still living in Canada and I was staying with my friend Moose, and he wanted to cook me some food from where he was from. So he made me kofta and he baked it in the oven. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I know traditionally it's done on, what are the sticks called? Skewers, and you put it on the grill, but I don't have any of those long, really cool skewers. So I'm going to use my oven like he did. Now, I've just added the onion to the ground beef and the ground pork, or not pork, sorry, the ground beef and the ground lamb. I'm going to add my minced garlic. I'm going to add some chopped Italian parsley, and then I'm going to grind my spices. Now, I don't have these already pre-ground, so I have to do it myself. If you have them at home pre-ground, it'll go quicker for you. So into here we're putting allspice and cardamom seeds, and we're just gonna crush these up. And once I have this all smashed up, I'll be right back. I have this ground to a fine powder now. So we're also going to add sumac, Aleppo pepper, and some ground cinnamon. And then we are going to grate in some nutmeg. I love freshly ground herbs. They just add more flavor. Their aroma is deeper than the bottled stuff. So if you've got the time to grind them or grate them, I highly recommend you just get them in the shells or as the seed and grind and grate yourself. You could use a little spice blender too to make it go faster. It's just adds so much more to your dish. Okay, we've got this all done. We're going to add this spice blend to our meat mixture. Now make sure you get all of it. You don't want to waste any of it in there. Look at that. We're going to add some salt. I know it looks like a lot, but it's really a lot of meat in here. Like I said, I doubled the recipe so I can meal prep as well. We're gonna put in some freshly ground pepper. Like I said, when my friend Moose made this dish for me, I absolutely fell in love with it. It was something I'd never tried before, new flavors for me, and it was phenomenal, amazing. So all you're gonna do is get your hands in here. You're gonna muck this all together and have it easily mixed. Now Jordan's, as I've said before, they have really good beef, really good pork. They do carry some lamb, and they actually have some seafood as well. The people who own it are really, really sweet and nice. I enjoy working with them. And they have a store here in Lamar's, and they have another one in Marcus, Iowa as well. Holy cow. You want to make sure this is all mushed up evenly because you don't want to have chunks of spice in one spot and some other meat that's not flavored. when I was visiting my friend Kaya, we went to a trip to Baltimore and ate at a really, really good Middle Eastern restaurant there. I love Middle Eastern food. It just has so much flavor to it. And it's not the same old boring stuff I grew up with. Now, what we're going to do is you want to make them pretty much even the same size. So you're going to take them in your hand and form them, not quite like a meatball, more oval. Can you see that? Let's have Tommy move the camera in a little bit so you can see that shape. We're going to shape them like this. We're going to line them up on a cookie sheet, baking mat, and then we're going to put them in the fridge and let them marinate for an hour. This way the flavors marry before we bake them off in the oven. Well, the kofta are sitting in the refrigerator and those flavors are marrying each other. I want to get a couple things started for the fattoush salad that I'm going to make to go with it. When my friend served me this dish, he cooked this amazing pasta dish that was in a tomato sauce, but I have no clue what it was called, so unfortunately I can't cook that for you. But if you have an idea about an Afghanistan pasta dish that's got a tomato sauce in it, let me know the name of it and I'll look it up. So what we want to do is we want to slice an onion nice and thin because we're going to get our sumac onions sitting for the salad. We're also serving this with some baba ganoush, which I made earlier, and I will post that video later on for you all. So once the onion is sliced, you're just going to put it in a bowl. Make sure all the pieces are separated. And then you're going to sprinkle in 1.5 teaspoons of sumac. And then you're just going to massage that into the onion. We're basically making a nice sumac onion to go in our salad. We got these two things to marry and come together nicely because we want some delicious food. We're also going to start the dressing for our fattoush salad so that it has time to sit and all those flavors get acquainted with each other before we put it on our salad. Okay. I'm going to take a second to wash my hands and then I'll be right back to start the dressing. My hands are nice and clean, so we're going to sit the onion to the side and then we're going to mix everything for our salad dressing in this jar. Now I've seen some recipes that call for you to put it all in a bowl, whisk it together, and then slowly add the olive oil, but I've seen others that say to just put it in a jar and shake the daylights out of it until it mixes. So we have our olive oil in there. We're going to grate 1 clove of garlic into it. Go, go, go. Make sure not to grate your fingertips. Nobody wants to eat a little bit of you. We're going to make sure we get all of that out of there and into the bottle. To that, we're going to add the juice of a small lemon. Now, if you have a large lemon or if we're using store-bought lemon juice, about 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And this lemon is juicy. It just shot across my kitchen. Good thing nobody's standing behind me. So we're going to get that in there. To it, we're going to add a tablespoon of pomegranate molasses. Now, if you've never had Middle Eastern food before, I highly recommend you go and try it. I don't think my friend knew he was going to start a lifelong love affair with Middle Eastern food. I love the stuff. I love the flavors. If I mispronounce any of the dishes, I'm really, really sorry. I don't mean to. But if you know how to say it properly, feel free to let me know in the comments. I believe food brings people together, and sometimes it's the recipes that you feed people that make them remember you forever. Are there any dishes that your friends or loved ones have cooked for you that anytime you have them makes you think of them? Or is there a food love affair that they started for you? So we're just going to shake this up, let it get well emulsified and mixed together, and then we are going to sit it and the onions aside. It's been an hour, so let's put our kofta in the oven. We're going to let them bake for 20 minutes. Because I have them on 2 different racks because I got 30 of them, what I'm going to do is at 10 minutes, I'm going to switch them shelves and turn them around. While that is in there finishing up, I'm going to work on this, finishing up this salad. I'm going to put everything together, and at the last minute, I will add the dressing just before I serve it. Now, I'm not sure if I told you all, but the oven is set at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. In the written recipe down in the description, you'll find the temperatures if you're cooking in Celsius. So far I have cut up a head of romaine lettuce and put it in the bowl. I'm adding 12 quartered cherry tomatoes. Now, if your cherry tomatoes are small ones, just have them. I'm adding some cucumber. Usually you would use Persian cucumbers, but I didn't have those, so what I did was I cut open, de-seeded, and chopped an English cucumber. To that we're going to add a diced red bell pepper. Oops, don't want to miss any. Let's move this over here. And then really thinly sliced radish. We're going to add parsley and chopped mint, pomegranate seeds. Love me some pomegranate. When we were kids, my family would buy one every fall, and my siblings and I would fight over who got to have the seeds out of it. And then we're going to add that sumac onion that we made earlier. We're just going to toss all this together. We're going to let these flavors marry. And then when it's time to serve, that's when we'll add the pita chips and the dressing. Now, with the pita chips, I cheated today. I bought some pre-done pita chips from the grocery store. But generally, you could take a couple pita, cut them up into little squares, and you could fry them in some oil, like deep fry it. Or you could spray some olive oil on them, a little bit of salt, and bake them in your oven as well. But I took the lazy man's way today and just bought them at my local grocery store already done. Now, I will see y'all back in about 20 minutes. Our kofta is finished, so let's finish up our salad. You're going to take your crispy pita and you're going to put it in your salad. You're going to shake up your dressing. One thing I forgot to tell you when I was making this dressing is I did add 1.5 teaspoons of sumac to it. I love sumac. There's a lot of amazing spices that come out of the Middle East. Maybe one day I'll show you my spice cupboard. I think I have like 99 up to 110 different spices and spice blends. You're going to mix this together. Oopsie, just throwing crap everywhere. You're going to give this a good toss so everybody gets some of that delicious dressing. And then we're going to start plating our dinner. The first thing we're going to plate is baba ganoush. I made this earlier in the day, and I did film it, so there will be another video to come showing you all how to make the baba ganoush. I just didn't want to put too much in one video and exhaust you all. Okay, now we're going to add our fattoush salad. God, it looks so good. This is a nice, healthy dinner. Be light for the summertime. Not heavy or anything. Look at that. And then we're going to add some of our kofta. Now, with the kofta, the recipe I did today, because I doubled it, I ended up with 30 pieces. If you did the regular recipe, you'd probably end up with around 15. But like I said, I'm also meal prepping some of this for my husband's work lunch. And I'll probably take some to my friends for them to try. And you can freeze it as well. Let's get Tommy in here to try this. Come on, my lover.
All right. This looks so good. I love the colors of the fattoush. It's just very bright. All right. That baba ganoush has so much flavor, as well as the kofta. It's amazing.
Okay, now you're going to have to tell me what you think of this salad since it's the first time I've made it.
So with this salad, you remember that raspberry vinaigrette that I used to like? Mm-hmm. I think this might be the new raspberry vinaigrette for me. Oh.
So another salad that you love?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Saving that for later.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Please remember, if you're enjoying my content, to please like and subscribe, share with your friends, comment and let me know what is a food dish that you share memories with someone else with. Now, I did promise y'all there was going to be something at the end from Jordan's. This week, so June 2nd to June 7th, if you go in either of their stores in Lamar's or Marcus and tell them that Lena sent you, you will get 10% off your order. I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye-bye.